I kind of want to start at the beginning, because I think a lot of people know about your work, are familiar with your work visually, but I think a lot of people want to know how you got started. Are you classically trained, for example? Like, did you go to an art school to learn how to paint and draw?
Not at all. Actually, I started to paint in 1994 when I was 18. And I've been taught by one of my eldest, which name was Kat, that you can see up on the left. And actually, Kat and Miss Van are started together. They were, both of them. Actually, I was seeing the graffiti in the street. When I was going to school, I was in the bus and I was watching all the tags everywhere. And I was wondering who was doing that, were they doing it at night? And I was really fantasizing about that world.
What did your parents want you to do?
Okay, my parents are really not in the art business.
Yeah.
Not at all. My mom was a nurse and my father was working at the local newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no chance for me to become an artist.
Right. So a lot of, street artists or artists that work in the street talk a lot about the difference between legal and illegal. Do you have a preference? I mean, you're doing like a legal work now, so do you miss the risk and the adrenaline of doing illegal work?
No, not at all, because I've done it so many times.
Yeah.
I've painting on the London subway. I did really crazy shit, so I don't want to do that anymore. I'm a mom. I'm gonna be 40 in 1 month. I don't care.
Yeah.
I've done it.
Right.
I've done paintings in Tokyo, like everywhere.
Have you been to jail?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, like it happens all the time?
Well, it happens when you do that. When you paint one or twice times per week.
Yeah.
You get caught. And I got into fights with people, so everything happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you go out and you risk something. You are not in your comfort zone.
Yeah.
You meet crazy people in the street.
Yeah. And then how about, did the cops treat you differently because you were young, cute girl and like doing illegal stuff? Do you get away with it more?
Okay, so I had a technique.
Ooh.
The technique.
Don't get too graphic with the technique, but go ahead.
Don't worry. No, the technique was the more you are seen and the less illegal you feel. Meaning that I never had authorization and I was painting in the Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
Like
broad daylight.
Yeah. So that people, if you paint at night, they think you don't have authorization, right? But if you are in the middle of the street, a little bit dressed up, girl, brushes, it's perfect.
Yeah. Right. But it must be, so people are like, yeah, she should be allowed to do that, I would assume, right?
They always ask, do you have the authorization? You say, yes, of course.
Flick the hair and that's it, yeah.
Flip the hair, that's
right.
the most important. So when I got arrested, they were looking at my drawings, they were like, can we have one? You can do one in the office.
The cops asked you for...
Yeah.
So instead of bail money, you just give them a painting or something. That's cool.
Yeah, one of my first clients was the chief of the police in Toulouse.
That is so awesome.
And he didn't even buy a painting.
Yeah.
He wants me to come in his house to paint on a wall. So
in his house?
He really loved the fact that it was a painting on the wall.
Yeah, that's awesome. It was starting to take off a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay.
But at the beginning, you give a lot. At the beginning of your career, you never ask for money. You give a lot and you do like plans for like $100 or stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you want to build your book, or now, back in the days, we used to have books with plastic,
sleeves
and putting some photos
portfolio,
in it. Yeah. Portfolio. That's now you have a Tumblr, you have everything else. You don't have to have actual paper or photos.
That's right. Yeah, it's a big difference.
But back in the days, we were moving with our portfolios, like a little suitcase, kind of,
right?
Business-like.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've done a lot of things for free just to build this book.
Yeah. You've decided this is my life, right? Like, there's no way I'm getting a normal 9-to-5 job. Is that right?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
Actually, I thought that this gypsy life would better suit my character.
What life?
Gypsy?
Gypsy life.
Yeah, you never know if you're gonna have money in 1 month or you're gonna be rich in 2 months.
You like that
It's
life?
like, yeah, it's the life I've chosen. I don't want to have salary.
Uh-huh.
I wanna be able to go to Cannes, to the festival, or to Coachella with my friends, and the day after I have nothing to do. I have minus 10K on my bank account, and that's the life I've chosen. It's all right.
Wait, so when you see, so hold on. So you go online banking, right? You type in your password, and then it says negative 10K, and you're like, yes.
And I'm like, balling. No, it has always been like that.
Wow.
Like it's been 20 years. It's like that. But okay, now I have a kid.
Yeah.
He's 10, so I have to be careful.
Right.
But there's something important I want to say when we talk about collaborations with big brands, big companies like that. For me, it has never been an end. I've never thought, okay, now I'm on top because I've done Adidas collaboration. For me, it has always been a way to do something else. For example, with Adidas or Mac, I had so much money, honestly, that during 3 years, I spent only doing my comic. It was the most creative thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
And I never have had money from that. It was really little amount of money, but intellectually, it was very gratifying for me. So I used
the money from
the
those,
brands.
to finance your dream, basically, right? Was the money good for Chanel?
Yes, it was.
So what did you do with that money?
Don't remember.
Is there a point in an artist where you're selling too much of yourself, do you think?
Well, I think you're selling too much of yourself when you think you're on top of the world when you make a collaboration, for example. And when you forget to create and when you forget to challenge yourself. I think you lost it. As soon as I'm comfortable with a field, for example, I've painted many walls. Okay, I want to swap. I want to try something new. Because I could have done like sexy bikini girls like
forever.
since 1994. And I think I would be a better success than what I do now.
Right, like you'd have more money maybe.
Yeah, I would have definitely like a brand of my own with other people. But I'm not interested into that. I'm not.
So tell us about the comic and why you really found passion in doing the comic book.
Okay, for the comic, it existed because I was fed up with only drawing simple Fafi nets. So I decided to invent the world. So this is really something intellectually very, very good for you because you also want to get a little bit of yourself in it. So your pain and your humor, your tone, what you want to tell people, you have to put everything inside that. And it was many days of loneliness because I was leaving Paris.
Yeah.
I was going to my favorite city in France all alone for 1 week per month just to be isolated and work on that. And I love this part.
You did other music videos as well?
Yes.
Which
but
other
not
ones?
Too much. Now because I don't pitch. I don't, when you are a director, you pitch like 25 times and you make one video. So it's too much of work and deception.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. I'm too old for that shit. So I do direct videos when I know the artist and when I can have a dialogue.
Okay. How does MIA just call you? I don't understand how that happens.
It's I knew her before.
Okay. humble brag. And here's Rihanna wearing your stuff.
Who's that chick?
This girl named Rihanna. She's kind of popular here. But so what have you learned about yourself when you were starting out that has changed now?
I was so shitty. I was really like, yeah.
You were shitty.
When I was working with those brands,
Yeah.
for example, I was so nasty. Like I could come at the meeting and like don't even talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's bad karma. In the end, you don't get like you're not yourself actually.
Uh-huh.
So now
You chilled out.
I'm more into looking at you in the eye and
Uh-huh.
really listening to you and trying to have a real exchange, you know?
Right. I had the pleasure of meeting your son in Hawaii for a bit. So, and that was the first time that he came to see you, right?
That was
Do
the
your
first
work.
time he came to work with me.
Yeah.
But now that he's a little bit older, I wanted him to know that life that we are living, the travels, the people we're meeting, the fact that we create art.
Yeah.
I want him to be involved. I want him to know that life that I didn't know when I was young,
Right.
that I've created for myself. I think it's honestly,
Special, yeah.
I've posted a photo on Facebook this afternoon. I was like, I love my job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know I'm lucky. I'm so lucky.
Right. Everyone, please give a round of applause for Fafi.